Hey everybody, it is Cherlette McCullough, marriage and family therapist here in the Winter Park, Florida area. Some of you all probably have never heard of Winter Park, but we're near Orlando. So today I want to talk to you all about friendships. So when I say friendships, I'm talking about those people who you have really taken in as friends, those people that you really feel that you have a close relationship, and possibly you all have fallen out. So we use that word often when, friendships, we have friendship breakups. So falling out. And today I want to talk to you about why do we fall out with friends? Why do we have issues with friends after we've been friends so long? Something just happens, or we say things like, well, you know what? My life has changed, or they're jealous of me, or I'm jealous of them, or something has happened where the friendship has literally changed or the relationship has shifted. And sometimes when it comes to an end, before it comes to an end, you feel that shift of like something is happening with us. We don't talk like we used to. We don't hang out. We don't do our girlfriend trips. We don't go out for drinks no more. We don't talk about deep things anymore. We are just basically surface. I don't return their text. They don't return my text. We may talk to each other once every 2 or 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks. But that consistency of friendship and sisterhood, it's no longer there. What has happened? Well, listen, sometimes all friendships will not be for a lifetime. One of the things I want you to take in from this conversation is understand, how did you become friends with this person that you have now fallen out with? What was the connecting factors? What were the things that you all had in common that created that bond that you all initially had? Has that bond changed? Are you all no longer interested in the same things? It could have been a job. It could have been a hobby. It could have been someone that you were dating, someone that they were dating. It could be family members. It could be a number of things that could be the reason why you all connected. Think about this. Has that connection changed, or that commonality is no longer common for you all anymore? So now the friendship is no longer as tight as it was. There's nothing really to talk about. There's nothing really to bond over. There's nothing to really figure out together because that common thing is no longer there. Think about that. Ask yourself that. Is that common thing gone? Secondly, has your life changed? Have you had a major shift in your life? Or has that person had a major shift in their life? Have you lost someone? Have they lost someone? Have you moved out of the area? Your interests, have they changed? I know for me, I had weight loss surgery, and some of you all know that, you know my full story. I had weight loss surgery about 8 years ago, and the girl group that I hung out with back then, the things that we had in common was going to eat, going out to different restaurants, eating, and shopping at Lane Bryant. So when I lost weight, I had weight loss surgery, and I lost weight. It wasn't just because I lost weight, but I lost the interest in having food, talking about food, going to different restaurants because I could only eat certain things now, and I was eating much less. Food just not was my comfort. It wasn't my comfort anymore, and it wasn't my go-to thing for fun anymore. The other thing, Lane Bryant, I was able to not shop in Lane Bryant anymore. I was able to have some other places to shop. So it kind of made a difference between us. It kind of made us kind of distant, although the love was still there, but we didn't talk every day like we used to. We didn't come together and do things together because a lot of our interests had changed. That was, when I really look back at it, the main interest that we had was food and shopping at Lane Bryant. Of course some other things too, but those were the two main things. And when those two things were taken off the table, that relationship shifted. So another thing that may cause the relationship to change, if you get into a healthy relationship, and not just a relationship, if you get into a romantic, healthy relationship. So if you and your girlfriends bonded over bad relationships, guys cheating on them, women cheating on the guys, all that stuff, and we bonded over talking about how bad the guys were and how bad they did us, what we caught in their phones, where we caught them at, what they were doing. That was the bonding piece that we all had in common. If that is your situation, and now you are in a healthy romantic relationship, guess what? That bond will probably come apart. You probably won't be bonded with them anymore because you don't have anything in common. If you're coming home to a guy that really loves you, a guy that really hears you, a guy that really pays you attention, a guy that really enjoys you, a guy that really be with you in public, a guy that really want his family to bond with your family, his children to bond with your children, you all are on the up and up. I didn't say perfect, but you all are both committed to each other and committed to this process of being exclusive. And your friends are still dealing with guys who hide them, who really don't want to be with them, who's dating everybody else in the city, who's doing all types of things, who really don't put them on Front Street, who really don't claim them, but everybody know they are together. You don't have anything in common with them no more. You don't have anything in common. So what will you all bond over? What will you all talk about? Do you think your girl group would really want to hear about you talking about, oh, we're planning a trip together, we're planning trips for our children, or we're planning to move in together, or we're about to buy a house together, or we're about to get married, and they're over here going through all this toxic mess? Do you think they really want to hear from you? Of course, they're going to start dodging your calls. They're not going to text you back immediately like they did. And then you'll be the person that's on the outside of the friendship group. Nobody want to hear from you and all of your positivity and all the things that your man doing, and they're over here just now getting into an argument with their man about the things that they called in his phone, the women that they've caught him with, all that kind of stuff. No. So that friendship will be over. Then there's the other type of falling out when your career, when your life has changed for the better, and your friend group is still in the same place that they were when you all became friends years ago. So you're the one in the group whose career or business or entrepreneur experience have just shot off. You're the person that no longer is sitting in the background just talking about what I could have done, what I should have done. I should have done it this way. But now you're the person that really has the boots on the ground. You're out here doing it. And they know that you're doing it. You're making money, you're traveling, you're doing things that you really want to do. And they're still sitting in the living room talking about what happened back in high school and who was hot back in high school and who's trying to reach them on social media to get with them from high school. And you're really out here living. I mean, like living your best life. Not faking it, but literally living your best life. That's a friendship that will probably come to an end pretty quick when you are really living your best life and the people that you connected with before, they're trying to live their best life, or it's just not happening for them because they're not doing the work they need to do to live their best life. So they become jealous or envious of you. And there's that big difference between jealousy and envy. Envy is, I think I should be where you at. You don't deserve it. I deserve to be there. And that's the killer for relationships. That is the thing that kills most relationships. Another one is if you allow your husband to do things that they don't feel is healthy. Maybe you believe that you and your husband can have threesomes, or maybe you believe that you and your husband can have an open relationship. And some people just have different standards than you. And guess what? Some people shy away from that or push those people aside because they don't have the same beliefs. And a lot of us have lost friendships because we don't have the same belief system, or we don't see things in the same view. We don't have the same opinions about different people, or we don't have the same opinions around money. We don't have the same opinions around step parenting. We don't have the same opinions around marriage. And some people cannot tolerate people in their lives who are different from them. I think it's a real art to be able to accept people who have differences and not have to shun away from people because they don't believe the same way that you believe. That's the scary part when it comes to friendships. Can you literally be yourself in the friendship? And when you start being yourself, if you are rejected because of that, that's an issue. Do you want to be in that friendship? Is that a friendship or a dictatorship? A lot of us are in friendships with people because we admire them or because we feel this is the go-to person or this is the popular person. But on the other end, we're being used because people can feel when you aren't genuine either. They can feel when you are just being their friend because of what they have or what they have access to, and they treat you accordingly. So it's not all about falling out with people. It's not all about, you need to preserve every friendship that you have. Sometimes it's time to let it go. Sometimes it's time to let people go. We live in this thing that we all talk about is seasons. All friendships aren't made for us to be in for a lifetime. Some of them are just seasons. Some of it is just because of where we are at that time. But this is what I want to leave you with. You have to understand what is your role in people's lives and what is their role in your life. And stop getting all caught up in falling out with people and collecting all of these relationships that you no longer have anymore because this one don't like, and being able to just rattle off this one I fell out with because this, or this one did this to me. Let all that mess go. Keeping all that stuff in your conscience, that's what keeps you angry all the time. That's what keeps you in a place where you can't connect with the right guy, where you can't connect with the right team of women that really help you and to really mentor you or to really help you go to the next level. And let all that stuff go. If you've had friendships that have ended, leave it right there. The friendship has ended. You can connect with somebody else. Just because you're not friends with that person, that don't mean that you can't have other friends. Let it go. A lot of us women, we want to sit and ponder on and grieve the process of we ain't friends anymore. I don't know why. They just stopped talking to me. They don't like me. They're jealous of me. So you still breathing, eating, making money, and still moving. So what? Move past it. Connect with a group of women that really connect with you, that really get you and who understands you. So today I just want to talk about friendships. Tell me in the comments, what are your comments? What have been your experiences around friendships with different women and fallouts? Have you had fallouts? Any of the examples that I gave, tell me your experience about your fallouts. Talk to you all soon. Bye.